Alright, now let's learn about switching techniques. Okay, switching techniques. So when we say switching techniques, it is the mode of communication in internet. Okay, the mode of communications in internet, or we can say the method for transmitting or transferring data across the network. When we say data, it may be a photo, it may be a picture, it may be a sound, or whatever file. Okay, and there are three types of switching techniques. The first one is circuit switching, and the second one is message switching, and the third one is package switching. This package switching is the most common in the internet. Okay, you have to know this package switching is the most common in the internet. Other switching methods are also used, but package switching is the most common. Now let's study circuit switching first. When we say circuit switching, there must be physical connection between the two computers or devices in order to transfer the data. Okay, for example, telephone call, the normal landline telephone call. I hope you know the normal telephone landline calls and mobile phone calls. There must be connection first. That means the receiver must answer or pick up the call. Unless there is connection established, no exchange of information can take place. For example, if I call my friend, if he pick up, that means there is connection established and we can exchange our voice, we can talk to each other. That is circuit switching. But if that friend did not want to pick up, there can be no connection and there can be no exchange of data between the two persons. So this type of switching is known as circuit switching. In short, mayam circuit switching kan ti chuan connection kha a om masaka ngai physical connection kan ti a amaro chu tunla chuan wireless connection po kha physical ang thawa chiar turani i thian nu emai thian pa kha emai phone a allow pick up chuan connection a om ta in du in soya chuan in soi zo nu khan in off ta chu circuit switching vek ane. Chuan, let's go to the next one. The next one is example of circuit switching photos, which I have given you here. If you go to telephone exchange, BSNL telephone exchange, I hope you will, if you allowed, you will see these types of switching techniques there. This is the machine for switching. The reason why it is called switching is that you are there can be limited number of connections that is shared by large number of users. So if one user is want to call another user on another direction, that means the connection has to be switched. Okay, the connection has to be switched. For example, in Shillong, you have relatives. Let us say you have relatives. You want to call Shillong from Aizawl, and in Shillong, there may be thousands of telephone connections. In Aizawl also, there may be thousands of telephone connections. But if you think about, will there be thousands of telephone lines between Aizawl and Shillong? No. There will be no thousands of telephone lines. Okay, there may be 100 or 200 lines. That 100 or 200 line must be shared by the caller. Okay, so when I want to call, that I'll use one line, and if another person will use another line also. So as soon as I finish calling, that same line may be switched to another customer again. That's why it is known as switching technique. Okay, I don't know whether my explanation is clear or not, but I just want you to explain a little bit in detail about this. So you may say that this is not related to computer network. This is related to telephone, but it's related to computer, okay? Because in telephone exchange also they are controlling using computers. Now let's talk about message switching. When we say about message switching, uh, the sender sends data or message to the switching office first, which is stored in its buffer. All right. That means you are having Airtel mobile phone, you write SMS, you send it to your friend. All right, you send it to your friend, but that message, if your friend is uh, out of reach, let us say if your friend is going to Tlong River where there is no mobile signal or something like that, your message will not vanish in the air. Your message will be stored in the Airtel server. Okay, as soon as your friend comes to the place where he can receive the message will be forwarded to the receiver. All right, that is message switching. It is known as, or it is also known as store and forward method. Store and forward method. For example, SMS is one example. I hope it's clear. Now the next one is packet switching, which is used in the internet, and message or data is divided into a small package, and each package is given a sequence number, and all the packets goes to the destinations through different routes, and the destination, when upon receiving the complete package, will reassemble it and will display it. Okay, let me explain in Mizo for clarity. Package switching at so antenan WhatsApp vel ponita se video khai trian te khai lo thon ta ne chuan I internet kha amuang si antenan 1 mbps vel kha lo ni ta se chuan I video thon kha 100 50 mb vel lo ni ta se voile khata khana kal thei lo phot ta ne chuwang chuan internet package switching technique hian achan som mangai ta tero te te khan achan som mangai ta chuan chung ho chu package ti ani chuan chung package ho kha serial number cái mà ni trong chuan ni se serial number ani anga internet networking trong chuan sequence number kha pek vek ani hei hi pek khat na hei hi pek ni na pek number pathum na khatiang khan package a serial sequence number kha pek vek ani ta chung ho chu a thlen na tura khan an kal ta char char ani pek ho khan destination address khan nei vek don ti na ani chu chuan an kal na mun kha inang vek lawa achang pe chuan package loss kha om ta chuan a fail pha thin bok ta ne a lo dong tu lampang destination khan package ho kha a don kim vek huna khan a lo rem khom le ta chuan I thian no emo I thian pa I vathon khan a lo en thei thin ta ne. This is known as package switching. I hope it's clear. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.